Hello and welcome to another action figure review, and today we are looking at none other than the Dasin Model Ichigo from the anime Bleach. And I have to say, I love this figure. Like, he is amazing in so many ways. There are a few gripes I have about it. We'll get into that later, but let's get to the good stuff. He comes with this packaging, which I really love because on this side, as you can see, it's his outfit, and you actually can open this, and it's like opening up his clothes, and yeah, there you go. That's the inside. I've taken out the stuff inside to show you guys, which we'll get into it in a moment. But yeah, I really love the packaging. It is so cool. Like, it's like opening up his costume, and just finding stuff inside. I really love it. So let's get into his accessories. Okay, so this guy comes with a fair amount of accessories. As you can see, he comes with a bunch of different hands and a lot of different faceplates. So he has a pair of closed hands, he's got a pair of, weapon holding hands, a pair of, I don't know, posing hands, what you could do with these, and a pair of open palm hands. Now he's got different faceplates. These look pretty similar to me. As you can see, one is grinning, the other is kind of grinning, I don't know. Then the other one's like showing off his teeth, he's angry, and a serious face Ichigo. However, we also get the hollow mask of his, which is pretty cool. I would love it if they had the eyes painted in as well, but this mask also does not go on his face, which is another issue I have. I really wish they could put this, give us the ability to put it on his face, but the thing is, he usually uses it in his Bankai form, so it's kind of understandable. You could just perhaps hold it or like try to put it on his face. He's about to put it on his face, we could have that. And then comes his amazing sworn, the Zangetsu. It's pretty well painted, I'd say. There's no issues that I have with it. It looks pretty good to me. Sorry for the focus. Yeah, so this is some kind of cloth piece. And yeah, the thing is, it's a bit heavy in terms of the figure holding it. So if you're trying to, put it back on his back, like how I was doing before, it might shift the weight a little bit, which might be annoying. Then he comes with his stand, and which you can use. Even this base actually comes inside the box as well with the figure, so you could use it, and there's like holes at the back where you could put the stands to make him pose. Oh, and there's another faceplate. I forgot to put that there. And yeah, he looks pretty much the same. Sorry, it's a bit bright. So yeah, he looks just like that. So that's all for the accessories. So when it comes to his articulation, he is pretty well articulated. His head goes up that much. He looks down a little bit. There's side to side and a bit of tilt. His hands go up pretty far up, a little bit more than 90 degrees. This one, I don't know why it's not going up. By the way, this is my first Dasin model figure, so I don't really know much about them, but so far it's pretty good. He has a double jointed elbow, and his hands are on ball joint. The only thing I don't like is these ugly ball joints. They look so humongous, they look so big, it really ruins everything. And another thing is this thing here. It's just too loose. It keeps falling off. It keeps going off. You could actually take it off if you want to, but yeah, you wouldn't have him be able to like look like he's got a place to put his Zangetsu at. Another thing which really bothers me with the figure, before I continue with the articulation, is his clothing. His sleeves look way too big, and these things in the anime also, they look like they should be attached, but as you see, there are pleats here. So if I'd have to pull them open like this, perhaps, to make it look like more accurate to the anime and manga. So yeah, he has a pretty good, pretty okay-ish arch, like he can do, ab crunch. He goes back quite a bit, so that's pretty good. I don't know if you've ever used that. He kicks that far out, 90 degrees, and he has a double jointed knee along with a bit of his feet are on a ball joint. They make a bit of squeaky noise, but that's okay. So yeah, the articulation is pretty good for me. It's pretty decent. I don't have any major issues with it. I'd rather appreciate these clothes to not get in the way because they kind of look ridiculous. Ichigo really doesn't really have such big sleeves which pop out like this. I wish there could be a way. What I realized about Dasin models is that they are on a different body, so perhaps you could stitch some and put it on him if you're talented to do that. I'm not, so I have to settle with this or make some customizer do it for me. So yeah, pretty much that's it for the articulation. I really like him in a lot because of Ichigo being one of my favorite characters in anime and manga. There is another model coming out which is his Bankai form and form in his hollow form when he's all white and with the grinning face and everything. That looks really cool, but perhaps I'll be getting the Bankai one first. I don't know if I'll get the other one. So yeah, in terms of articulation, he's pretty decent. Oops, sorry for that. But these small issues with his clothing, and sometimes even his clothing comes off. It's annoying, like it could get in the way, or like even if you're posing him, maybe this might not really settle down. So it's really annoying. Apart from that, articulation is on point and pretty good. The figure as a whole is pretty good, I would say. Yes, there is not a complete likeness to Ichigo when it comes to his face. I mean, but when you look at it, you're like, yeah, that's Ichigo. But of course, if you look at it for a longer time, you're like, nah, that doesn't really look like him. There are a few issues with the figure where it comes to those, those ugly ass hand, those joints at the wrist, and of course the clothing, which really bothers me. As you can see, it goes a bit up and down, and just at the back, as you can see, there was this threads that hold, but sometimes when you pose it, you can see inside the skin. But yeah, apart from that, he's a pretty solid figure. I would totally recommend it to any Bleach fan out there who really wants a decent figure for Ichigo, an action figure, because I know that there's the Vtoys action figure, which is way more expensive, but looks very much like the character itself. I mean, if you've got the cash, then why not? So yeah, that's my review for the Ichigo in his Shikai form. We will be trying to do another one for him in his Bankai form, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, may you have a nice day, stay blessed, stay hydrated, and be well. See you next time.